I've been working pretty hard on the Ladies with Tradies model and, what things look like moving forward. And one of the things that is pretty common, we find, for you guys, tend to be the things that are pretty common for me and Jace. One of those things being the stuff that we blew about. So let me know if any of this is landing with you when I chat through it. The things that tend to come up for us, and like I said, let me know what comes up for you guys, include money, time for connection, and lacking being on the same page. When things get tough, it tends to be about one of those three things. And when it happens, everybody's got different styles of communicating their needs or their wants or their way that they are not having those met. And there tend to be a couple of versions of how people blew, I suppose. Some people go to ground and they go to silence, and other people flare up a bit and get a bit loud and big and cranky. And Jason and I are the opposites. I'm sure everybody would be able to guess which one I am and which one he is. And I don't laugh at that, like making it okay, but it's an interesting thing to go through and even to witness and hear about from our clients. And I guess what I want to say is, like, it's really normal to have a disagreement and to be blowing over stuff like how much money there is, how much time that you're spending together or not, or what the plan of attack is for the future. Because those three elements are pretty much what keep us existing as human beings. It's always usually the bluing is about money, it's about lack of time together, and it's about not having a plan. And when we don't have a plan and we got no direction and it feels really, really unsafe, I know that as women working with our husbands, when there isn't that time committed to each other, the family, and making a plan, it feels really, really unsafe. And, when you say that to the tradies, I've said this kind of thing to Jace before, he takes it quite personally, which I can totally understand because I don't mean it in the purest sense of what people would say lack of safety to mean. It's more just an unsettling, anxious feeling, isn't it? Where you just want to, I don't know, you feel out of control. You feel like, where are we going? What are we doing? What am I working so hard for? I'm trying to get all this stuff organized for you, darling husband, and I just don't feel listened to. I don't feel heard or seen. And it's really, really hard. And it's very interesting in today's day and age. There's a lot of conversation around if your woman is fighting with you or bringing stuff up with the tradie, then it's because she really, really cares. But we feel like a nag and we feel like we're just on his ass all the time. And, we're working hard, not getting to where we want to get with them. And it's really challenging. And this happens for us, we are human too. And, the only thing that really works for us in that instance is to sit down and chat through it and get back on the same page, look at the money situation, look at the time situation and be like, rightio, what are our priorities? Because I'll tell you what happens too often. We get caught up in life and then you forget to recheck yourselves, not just from a business perspective, but personally as a couple, all the things. And yeah, so it's just about being okay and recognizing that that's normal. Like one of the most normal things and common things that we see on our screens with our couples that we work with, they're just like me and Jace. You're not going to agree all the time. You're not going to, it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows and freaking skipping through the fucking dandelions. And any coaches out there that are selling that are full of shit, especially if they're working with couples in business, because usually what we find is that personalities are opposite in the tradie business world. Us ladies will have one type of personality and generally the tradie will have a different one. And that's why it works. That's why it works so well. But gee, that brings up a lot of conflict because that means the way that you want to manage money will be different. It means that the way that the amount of time that you want to spend together and the priority on that will be different. It means that what you want for your future, you're probably aligned mostly on that, but how you get there, you may not have the same ideas. And so when you're not on the same page, of course you're going to blow a bit. Of course you are. You're human, just like us. But yeah, that's what tends to happen for us. We do have really awesome systems for that. And this is why often when I speak to the coaching team on this, we just feel so much for our clients when we see it and we're watching it because we've been through it ourselves. So the cool thing about our team is they're tradie wives as well. They're wives of tradies. They know what it is like to go through this stuff that you're going through. So take a breath, sit down and ask yourselves the questions like, what are the top 3 things that we're challenged by as a couple? Is it money? Is it the amount of time? And is it that there isn't a plan or a lack of a plan? And if so, maybe make time for each other to do, like, even if it's just 10 minutes a day to check in on that. It will definitely help. So, there's a bit on us and, how we are, and hopefully that connects. If not anything else, maybe reassures you that you guys are normal. Maybe we're not the normal ones. Tell me, do you feel the same way? Do you have the same challenges? I'd love to hear. And go and have an awesome day. Have a kiss and hug. And remember that you are on the same team, even if you got different ways of getting to the same, like the end result.